Yo, what's good? This is season 61 week 2 and this week is so chaotic. I had a lot of fights and I played them terribly. Um yeah, let's begin. So the first one is Node 4 MODOK with Viv Vision. I was kind of concerned, kind of complaining to the planners that this is gonna be a weird assignment, but it turned out fine. The whole thing to play around here is just the reverse controls, and then also the petrifies, since that would decrease my power gain if I throw an SP1. But really that's fine, since most of the time I will be like doing enough damage to get by, I'd say. I'm knocking down a lot here just to get the endurances. But then I kind of ended up just throwing SP2 there. It wasn't intentional, but just kind of happened. And I think right here, somewhere here, I forget, I didn't pay attention to yep, there you go. My reverse controls fell off, so I took a hit. But if I was mostly in control, I think I just used heavies a lot, and that was fine. And yeah, it was a lot better than I expected, so. The next fight is this Killmonger on 13, and I'm ramping up Mojo for the rest of the fights. It's just a Killmonger. I think I get hit somewhere in between because I'm not playing well that day, and honestly the entire week. So yeah, it's not much to say really, just hit Killmonger until he dies. Oh yeah, you do get glanced like here or there. So that's also kind of annoying. Oh yeah, I was trying to time. I don't know what I was trying to time. It just wasn't good, so. The next fight is Fisticuffs Attuma on Note 24. I'm ramping again with Mojo. This is again not much to say here since Attuma does not even get the concussions, so I'm barely taking damage in this fight. Just pop on regen boosts and I'm pretty much good. Next fight is Node 33 Ibom. This is actually kind of a tough fight since Ibom has his own poisons that gets purified and he inflicts, he just gains power. He kind of gains power a lot in this fight, and that's what I'm mostly able to control. Except, wow, I'm stupid there and did a full 5 combo into a light attack and got him 3 prowesses. I mean, I didn't get punished, but if you went SP2, my block would have gotten destroyed. But yeah, I'm already in the corner. I don't have an endurance just yet, until now. So now is the time I can actually kind of get into the fight. Again, if he throws his special, which I'm trying to bait. I can't, but I just throw a special. I just throw a heavy, since I get a little bit of power drain. Throw an SP1. For a bit of spacing. The Petrify is reducing my power gain, but it's not that big of a deal. Mostly I'm just here to control the fight, and that's kind of not happening. And, yeah. Ibom kind of stalls in throwing a special for a bit, but yeah, I'm also waiting out the unstoppable there since I realized I don't have the right endurance up. Kind of a lot to keep track of in this fight, for sure. And yeah, my phase disappears, but luckily I did have a Wags refight on. I'm still stuck in the corner trying to get some damage through, which it's going, but it's going slow. Really, kind of the main point, well, the main priority here is to not die, and I succeed. And honestly, sometimes that's all that matters. Our next fight is Rich Get Richer, No 39 Prowler, and this is just kind of a typical, again, Mojo ramp. I just get a dex buff, and I gain power, so yeah. The main thing with Prowler here is that he will power drain all the remaining power, so that's kind of bad for any mystics here, it's just annoying mostly because they tend to gain a lot of extra power through Mystic's version, all of that, and stuff like that will get capped or get locked here. I'm trying to bait a special one here, but he's not going for it, and then I get stun a champion, and this is where things go wrong. I'm trying to stun, and I don't get it. Here I get it, and here I realize, oh yeah, all my power is gonna get power locked, and I go for the special 2, which puts him at 30, and then I'm kind of not playing well, and I just block it. Yeah, I felt very shaky this whole war. Just based on the past couple fights, based on just how I was feeling, I was kind of shaky. It was an intentional decision to try to block it since I knew I didn't want to miss the dex, but I did not know that Prowler went unblockable at 30 of his charges because I don't play Prowler. Completely whiffed on that. And the cleanup attempt wasn't even clean either, since I just get hit like an idiot, and this kind of ruins my mental for the rest of this war, and I don't play very well for the rest of this war, even though I have 3 more fights. 2 of them with Mojo, 1 more with Viv. And yeah, the next fight with Mojo is on Mixmaster Thanos. This fight does take a bunch of attention since you have to notice your combos have to be alternating at all times, and I don't do a very good job here. I also have to kind of re-ramp Mojo a little bit, but it's not a big deal since when I get to my last Mojo fight, which is Node 45 Serpent, spoiler alert, I will have a fully ramped Mojo, so my death did not really impact that at all. It would be a lot worse if I had to take a Serpent with an unramped Mojo. But yeah, I'm not doing too well here, to be honest. It's going fine for now, but I think towards the halfway mark, I kind of just do some stupid stuff, like I dex and I dash in, and I forget, and I realize that I dashed in, so I just block. And then here I just forget that I dashed in. My last attack was medium, so I thought I was going to throw an SP2, but I threw an SP1. You know, this happens again. I can't dash in again, like an idiot. So yeah, I'm just not putting my mind to the game right now after dying like that, and I'm feeling like, oh yeah, if I play like this, I'm gonna die again or something. But thankfully, I do have enough power to just spam through Thanos, and that's the fight done. Next fight, taking the Serpents. Mojo is immune to neither debuff for the hazard shift, but he has no debuffs if you use the White Magneto pre-fights, and he can just have enough damage to power through the hazard shift. Getting my last prompt to fully wrap up. Here I'm just going to throw heavies since that's the most hit efficient way to gain power. I'm kind of being walked back into my own corner and kind of realize that I'm gonna do a bunch of hits, get to my SP2, throw that, and I dexed a little too early. Yeah. I don't know why I'm playing this bad. I'm just off my timings, and it's not good. And Kiara is kind of a wake-up call since I'm at half health and I was barely through Serpent's health bar, so I kind of wake up a little bit and realize, oh yeah, I have to fully focus up or else I'll actually die again. And luckily, Mojo is Mojo and has a ton of damage, and yeah, this fight's over in a minute, even though I got hit and stuff. So really, Mojo saved me there. Good job, Mojo. Even though you're kind of fraudulent and I died with Mojo, but yeah. This last fight is Node 49 Dust. This is with Polka Dot Power, Brute Force. I use an PS1 here since I kind of have to race to my SP2 as fast as possible. The idea here is that even though Viv doesn't gain power normally, she does have some slight power gain from consuming her solar energy, and that's what I'm using to gain power. It will be pretty slow, and I was kind of concerned that since it would be slow, Viv doesn't have much health, I would just kind of chip down or get hit and die somewhere in the fight. But I guess my mistakes are left behind with Mojo since I kind of focus up here a bit. Just making sure that every phase actually lands and I'm not missing a parry anywhere. And just playing patiently, really. Here I get to my SP2, I will throw that. I do have tech power boosters on, but it's not giving that much power. And here I'm kind of just racing up to my special one. Here I missed a parry. Thankfully I didn't drop my block. What else? That would have been not a good strategy. Yeah, I'm just gonna consume as many solar charges as I can to kind of get up to that SP1. Even though my SP1 cycles will not have as much damage since I'm consuming these solar energy. But here I get to my SP1, I throw my first one, I get to my second one, I'm just gonna dash back and throw this, and the fight's over. It took less time than I thought, which is good, but still like a minute 40 with a champ that basically has the health pool of a rank 3 like unboosted at a rank 4 fully boosted is kind of scary. Okay, she has more health than that, but it's not, it's on the very low end, especially when she doesn't have armors. Speaking of which, I am taking another Viv fight on the same node, node 4, but this time it's an Ibom. Ibom is objectively easier here than on node 33, and is easier than MODOK on this node, so I was not very worried at all. Really, there's not much going on here, just play Viv with reverse controls, and I don't get as many SP1s as fast as I want to, but it's not a big deal. I don't get any power back from this because I have 4 petrifies, but it's not much of a big deal. And here, Ibom just walks up to me and does a light attack, and I parry that, but I thought he dashed in, so I just threw it heavy, and yeah, he clipped me there. It's always stressful when I get hit with Viv, since I'm just thinking like, oh yeah, she has no health. She's gonna die somehow, but to be fair, I don't give her as much credit as I should when it comes to how much health she has. And if you couldn't tell already, I'm gonna be taking a ton of Viv fights this week. Yeah, and the last one is gonna be very fun. It's a gym boss. Also in this war, I am using Silk and Crossbones. Silk is mostly for the other fights that kind of just are pretty simple. You get to SP3 and the opponent dies. No 13 Bishop, not really much to say. I missed my SP2 I missed my special 2 decks, but like Silk got my back, so pretty easy. Next fight is a Path 4 Node 22 Spider Ham. It's pretty generic here. I kind of just get my Furies and Spider Ham dies. So yeah, not much to say here. The next fight is Node 31, Steady Build Up Unblockable Dust. I'm using Viv here since Viv can kind of have free parries with the phase, so she can pretty much get around unblockable. I know I have Silk on the team and Silk can take this, but I think objectively Viv is a lot better. And yeah, here I'm just trying to get out SP1. I think I go for another phase, or nope, just go for the SP2. I think I was trying to time my special attacks to my power stings and my combo so that I can get to 10 combo and then immediately throw SP1 or special attack without eating a power sting. I think I just give up there though, since I do want to SP1 spam, and I'll just take a little bit of damage, which is fine. There, I threw my second SP1 just randomly. That's a mistake, since I was not unblockable, and Dust could have just easily blocked it. So yeah, don't do that. And I kind of realized that, and I just hold block until she comes at me, and I throw it. Even though I didn't get hit, I didn't even get blocked hits. I didn't eat block damage. I still ended up 60%. So that just goes to show how low Viv's health pool really is. This next fight is node 41, Bastion, using Silk here. Really, the only concern is getting rooted and kind of eating hits, eating SP1, whatever. But Silk is safe. Silk has the auto evade. And also, it's not too big of a deal. So I just PS1 from the previous fight with Viv. And just get to an SP3 and I win. Silk is pretty good. My last fight this war is node 48 Photon. Here, this fight is pretty simple. You just hit her and hope she doesn't hit you, and that's kind of it. I did apply my Viv pre-fights on this fight, so that Silk, since she is a hero, she has 25% less debuff duration on her, and as you can see, a lot of the debuffs are expiring quite quickly. I don't know how much that helped my damage, since I think Inequity still caps out for like a decent chunk of the fight. But what I kind of do in this fight, which is what I don't do in pretty much every other fight, is go for a ton of side steps, since I was practicing Photon side steps with Silk, and kind of the best way to play this without throwing time is playing Silk pretty aggressively, so that I can keep the tempo up and have Photon just do things rather than playing passive. And yeah, also managing my Bane transfers pretty well in this fight. As you can see, I basically haven't taken any Bane damage. And yeah, this fight goes quite smoothly. I did miss a Bane transfer there, and then I missed my SP1 dex, but Silk is quite safe. Just trying to fish for more backdrafts or side steps, which go pretty well. If I don't have a bar of power to bait, I just sidestep, and I think it is infrequent enough to where this is safe enough. Even still, I still have an invuln, so it's not the end of the world if I get hit. But yeah, my side steps are quite on point today on this fight, so that's good. It's one of the few fights I don't get hit on, I think. But yeah, this war was a lot cleaner than my last war, and is definitely a lot cleaner than this war, I will say. This is War 6. We're playing against Salty. This is one of the more important wars for War Champ. The war decides War Champ, basically. If we won, we'd still have a chance to be War Champ. If Salty won, they are pretty much guaranteed. So yeah, I'm fighting another Ibom again. This time is on node 10. This is the Masochism one, and look at that, I get hit because I missed my parry. Viv does have a heal block, so it does keep the regen in check, since again, Ibom inflicts his own debuffs, and that triggers the regen and unblockable. So it's basically an unblockable Ibom the entire fight, which turns out better than I was expecting, since Viv can again just phase. And yeah, while I'm talking, she's already spamming SP1s, and the fight's pretty much over. My next fight is this Thanos on node 23. It is just, I'm using Photon, I was assigned Photon, and it's just such a grueling long fight. Photon's on this node is fine, since she can counter miss, which is countering the alternate on this map, which is fine. It's just that Photon's just generally kind of slow for ebb and flow, and also it's Thanos, and I'm trying to intercept Thanos, which is honestly impossible task, although I haven't taken damage until like right here. Yeah, I take damage. It's not glorious. Intercepting Thanos is annoying. I used Gallon here last season, and Gallon's, in my opinion, is nicer since the ebb and flow doesn't really impact his damage, and also he has an unstoppable during harvest to be able to intercept more freely. But yeah, next fight is nude ebb and flow intercept gentle, no 32 on same path. There I get parried. Somehow my limber was long enough. I guess they didn't have stupefy maxed out, so yeah, I kind of get away without getting hit there, but I'm not playing very well, to be honest. Playing a little sloppy with Viv, which is not good since I have to take the boss this war. And yeah, I get my SP2 down, like just regular Viv rotation. I've been using it as power start 1 for every single one of my Viv fights, since she really likes getting to 2 bars as fast as possible. And also, like, it just speeds her up a lot, so I'm not, you know, in the fight for too long. It helps speed up just time, the clock for when we're tied, or just making sure that I have less time to make any mistakes. Speaking of mistakes, this is Node 48's Dust Safeguard, and I just missed the parry right off the bat. So yeah, I'm starting the fight with half health basically, and that's not good since I did not have an imp on. I had a PS1 just to save myself more time outside of the fight rather than being in the fight. And so yeah, special 2 here. I'm kind of feeling very nervous right now since I do not want to die. And there you go, I get shaky, I miss a parry, but I didn't let go of my block, I just let the phase go away, which is probably the better play here. Now again, I realize this is over bar power, so I have to wait before I throw my special, and I do. And yeah, in kind of 50 seconds, Dust does go down to 30%, well 20%, so I am winning the HP race now, but it's still not comfortable since, again, if I make one more mistake, Dust will definitely kill me. So I am still, my guards are still very much up for this fight, and yep, this SP2 almost kills, and I'll just throw an SP1 sometime, get an SP1, throw it, yep, phase, nope, I don't phase, I missed another parry, but just go back, finish the fight. This is very shaky. I was queued up to do the boss like right after, but I just decided to take a chill pill and not take that boss, since if I was just as nervous, I would have definitely died. So yeah, this is the main show of this week, to be honest. I think is by far my best fight and my hardest fight for this week. It's against the boss Viv, and kind of infamously for a lot of people, Viv is, well, Jean has been like such a headache since she's very tanky on this fight with unstoppable reverse controls and all that. So I was practicing a lot of Viv on this fight before I came in. The idea is I have the Maker pre-fights and I think War Machine pre-fights on this fight. War Machine gives, I think, 25% attack rating plus 25% attack from, I think, all of his effects that are applied, and then Maker just has the extra instant burst and also a special attack. What is it? Special power drain. Yeah. The rotation here is to power start 1 and get to 3 bars of power so that I can play the fight in fully reverse controls immune. It also is a slight damage boost since I have a Fury buff, but then after SB3, I race to my SB2. Here, I do 4 hits, even though I should have probably finished the combo. I do end up pushing myself over bar since I have power backs while I'm throwing SB2, which inflicts a taunt, and I kind of lose out a bit of damage. But yeah, here I'm getting to my SB1 cycle, and I'm burning all my 15 solar energy, and that brings Jean down from like 80% to 30, which is pretty good. So that just means that I just have to finish the fight and I should not be able to time out, which is very reassuring because I know if I just was not playing this fight properly, I can definitely just time out and just kind of go for how I'm doing damage. I'm mostly doing alternating between heavy attacks and then full combos so I can consume my solar energy and then get my phase back and also keep up the endurances. And yeah, another SP2 into SP1 and Jane is dead. So yeah, overall this week I am 38-1. Unfortunately, I lost my deathless streak of like 100 something, like 120 or something. It's my first time having a streak that long, but I'm sure I'll try to go for longer since there's one pretty stupid death on a pretty stupid day. And yeah, just hopefully for the next, just ever really, but for the rest of the season I'm trying to play a lot more better, a lot better, a lot more focused rather than kind of dilly-dallying my way through the season. So yeah, hopefully next week goes better and I'll see you next week.